The Adventures of Tom Thumb. Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage, lived a kind farmer and his wife. More than anything, they wished for a child. "I would love a son," said the wife, "even if he were no bigger than my thumb." And soon, their wish came true. They had a baby boy, and he was exactly the size of a thumb. They named him Tom Thumb. Tom was small, but he was very clever and had a big heart. One morning, his father was getting the horse ready to plow the fields. "I can help, Father," chirped Tom. He climbed up the horse's leg, all the way to its ear, and whispered the directions. The big horse listened carefully, and together, they plowed the straightest rows you ever did see. One sunny afternoon, Tom was playing in the meadow, sitting on a bright yellow buttercup. A big, brown cow with soft eyes was grazing nearby. The cow saw the juicy buttercup, and, with one big munch, she swallowed the flower, and Tom along with it. It was dark and rumbly inside the cow's tummy. "Hello in there," Tom shouted in his biggest voice. "Can someone please let me out?" The cow was so surprised to hear a voice from her belly that she mooed in astonishment, and out popped Tom, landing softly on a dandelion. Tom's adventure was far from over. As he walked through the woods, he saw two clumsy giants counting a pile of gold coins. They were planning to steal the king's treasure. Being so small, Tom crept by without them even noticing. Tom knew he had to warn the king. He ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to the grand castle. A tall guard in shiny armor stood by the gate. "Excuse me, sir," Tom called up. The guard looked down, his eyes wide with surprise to see such a tiny person. The king was so grateful to Tom for his bravery. "You may be small, Tom Thumb," said the king with a smile, "but you have the heart of a lion." As a reward, the king gave Tom a tiny, shiny sword and a hat with a fine red feather. As Tom was walking home, a great eagle soared down from the sky. The eagle mistook Tom's red feather for a tasty berry and gently scooped him up in its talons, carrying him high above the clouds. The eagle flew over forests and rivers until it reached a familiar little cottage with a beautiful garden. It was Tom's home. The eagle landed gently on a sunflower, and Tom slid down the stem right into his mother's hands. Tom Thumb was home at last. His parents hugged him tight, listening to all of his amazing adventures. Tom had learned that even if you are very small, you can be the biggest hero of all. Life was peaceful for a while, but one evening, a sly fox began to sneak into the chicken coop. The farmer and his wife were very worried. "That fox is too clever for my traps," sighed Tom's father. "Don't worry, Father, I have a plan," said Tom. That night, he took a tiny bell and a long piece of string. He crept out to the chicken coop and waited for the fox to arrive, hiding behind a small bale of hay. Soon, a shadowy figure with a bushy tail slipped into the coop. It was the fox. Just as the fox lunged for a hen, Tom tied the string to its tail and rang the bell with all his might. Jingle, jangle, jingle. The sudden ringing scared the fox so much that it leaped into the air. It scrambled out of the coop and ran away as fast as it could, the bell clanging noisily behind it. The fox never dared to come back to their farm again. The next morning, the chickens were all safe. Tom's parents were so proud of their clever, brave son. Tom Thumb smiled, knowing that even the smallest person could make the biggest difference.